Hello everybody, Chris here. Today we're gonna be discussing which Purify weapon is the best for you, so let's get straight into it. And the first weapon we got on the list is the Radiant Cross. This is a really easy weapon to use. It shoots a beam at 7-meter range, crafting time will be 42 seconds and the weapon charge is 7 seconds. This kind of brings us back to the flamethrower from the last video. It's really easy to use and it's probably the best choice for your first weapon, but there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind. You will have to get adjusted to the range really fast because you only have 7 seconds of use with it. 7 seconds is not a lot of time. Yes, you need less to kill the monster, but one bad use and you already won't have enough charges to finish off the monster in the second try. So you'll have to discard it or just use it as a zoning weapon for somebody else to finish it off. It can also be really good to slow down the monster while you're trying to escape, because applying any sort of damage to monster will slow it down. I do believe it's gonna take you anywhere between 3 and 4 seconds of constant damage to finish off the monster. So I would just say, if you do decide to use this as your first weapon, and I do suggest you do so, please be really careful when and how you use it. And the next up on the list we have Holy Slingshot. It's a little bit trickier than the Radiant Cross, actually a lot trickier. The crafting time also takes 42 seconds and you get 2 shots. It's a skill shot weapon, same as Molotov, obviously. It's not like you're gonna take a stick and just slap the monster on the head with it. Before I explain how the Slingshot works, I want to say huge thanks to Terrellian, aka Jay from the VHS Discord server. I had to ask him a couple of questions because I wasn't really sure. I had my own speculation on how it works, but he definitely helped me out here. So yeah, huge shout out, thank you. Anyway, if you manage to get a direct hit, which is not easy at all, I'm just gonna say this right now, it's not easy, it's gonna take a lot of practice, but if you do manage to land a direct hit, it will cause a continuous damage which will eventually kill the monster. We're pretty sure direct hit is a one shot, but not 100% sure, so if anybody has any information on this, please share them down below. And if you don't manage to land a direct hit, wherever the zone of impact is, it will cause sort of a ripple, which is gonna spread 2 meters wide and it's gonna be like a holy ground. If monster walks into it, it's gonna be slowed down and slowly start taking damage. So you can technically use the first shot to slow down the monster, you just have to be sure you manage to hit around it. And then the second one you can just use to deliver a final blow since the monster will be slowed down. Now, I'm definitely not gonna suggest this be your first weapon. If this is like the first game, you're crafting a Purify weapon, I don't know if you should go for a Holy Slingshot. I'm just saying, it's gonna be really hard. This is a weapon that's gonna require probably even more practice than Molotov. I would even go as far as to say that this might be the hardest weapon to use in the whole game. Having 2 shots definitely makes it easier. Being able to zone the monster with the first one makes for a huge difference, but if you're trying to go for a one shot every single time, this will take a lot of practice. And the last one on the list is Sacred Stuff, which is a bit different from any other weapon, and I'll explain why in a second. It takes 27 seconds to craft and it has 7 seconds of charge time, same as Radiant Cross. It shoots a stream of purifying energy up to 12 meters, and I already know what you're thinking. Shouldn't we just go for Sacred Staff instead of Radiant Cross? It has bigger range, same weapon charge, and it takes less time to craft. Well, there is a huge downside that Radiant Cross doesn't have, and that is that once you craft it, it has 0 charges. You will have to charge it up manually, technically manually. It will automatically charge whenever you heal somebody or heal yourself. It kind of makes sense. It's a Purify weapon and it uses your own healing energy to charge itself. So at the end of the day, I feel like Radiant Cross and Sacred Staff are sort of on the same level. And I believe it's gonna be up to your personal preference which one you want to run. I will say one more thing though. There is a modification for Sacred Staff that once you've crafted, you become instantly injured, so you can go and heal yourself and charge it up. So that is pretty neat, and it's a good option in case you want to use it faster, I guess. But then again, you have to look at the modifications for the Radiant Cross and just go back and forth. I feel like it's gonna be personal preference at the end of the day. I gotta say that I do like Sacred Staff more, and I'm probably gonna be using it more often than Radiant Cross. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Purify weapons. I will always say, there is no best weapon, objectively speaking. There is only a best weapon for you. I do think you're gonna have the easiest time crafting a Radiant Cross as your first weapon in the first game. Do it for a couple of times. Once you get a little bit adjusted to the gameplay and mechanics, you can start crafting other weapons, get good with them, and in a conclusion, just choose whichever one is most fun for you. All the weapons are great. You will have great modifications for all of them. You just play around, see for yourself, and choose which one you like the most. And now for the question of the day, which Purify weapon will you craft first? And which one do you think is going to be the most fun for you? Let me know down below. If you have any questions or anything to add, maybe I forgot something, feel free to share them with us. The comment section is wide open, use it as you will. If you guys found the video enjoyable or somewhat helpful, please consider smashing that like button below, it really does help a lot. And if you don't want to miss out on any future videos that I'll be posting, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. All that being said, wishing you all a beautiful evening, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. See ya.